All right, I wanted to make this video to explain the Polygon project. Keep in mind that I am at home, so you might hear some stuff in the background. Not a big deal, but just an FYI. So I've got my two pieces of paper here. They are not exactly 11 and a half or 11 by 8.5. Unfortunately, I don't, my camera's not big enough to show you that size paper, so I grabbed paper that would, show up on the screen. I've got my scissors. I'm going to grab a ruler in just a second. There are three things that we're doing with this project, all right? I assume you've already read the instructions. The first one, I am taking one of my pieces of paper, setting the other one aside. It says using straight cuts, remove 2 or more corners. So I am just going to leave my scissors straight, remove a corner, take another one, remove another corner. You could keep going if you wanted to. It says 2 or more, so I'm just going to keep going. And going, and going, and going. So this is my shape. All right, everyone should have their own unique shape. I need to count my sides, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is a decagon, which means I have 10 angles. I classify it. It's a decagon. I'm going to sketch it or take a picture of it. The sum of my interior angles, you guys know how to do that already. Which theorem justifies that? I wonder what the sum of the interior angles could use for a theorem. I'll give you a second to think about that one. Interior angle and a theorem. Sum. The next one, sum of the exterior angles. Ooh. Exterior angle sum. That's a theorem. Yeah, I think you guys can figure those two out. So I'd write down my work on some other piece of paper, hint, hint, and then take a picture or a sketch of this guy. Done with part A. Part B says I take one of the corners I cut. I'm going to find the big one so it's nice and easy. Here we go. Here's a nice big easy one. And it says I need to measure and mark 1 inch. All right, 1 inch. So I grab my ruler and I mark 1 inch. So I'm just going to call this right here my base. And 1 inch would be right there. And it says it needs to be parallel. The line I'm going to draw needs to be parallel. So I'm going to keep my 1 inch. I'll use the other side. There we go. And it goes there. And then I draw a line. So this and this should be parallel, right? They should be parallel. And I'm going to cut the top, aka the triangle, and get rid of it. So all those scraps are gone. This is the shape I am left with. What's the sum of the interior angles? Show your work. Classify the shape. How do you know? Explain. Which is the base or bases? What's their measure, aka take a ruler. Measure it. This guy looks like it's about 1 1/3, and this guy looks like it's about 2 1/2. There you go. You should use your own. Do not use mine. Use your own. All right, you're making your own. Then I take a little picture of this guy and upload it with this one. So there's 2, part A, part B. Part C, I get my other piece of paper, which is right here. And it says I want to fold the paper so that any vertex is bisected. Then, so fold so any vertex is bisected. So I'm going to fold it so that this vertex is bisected. Easiest way to do that is to line up the edges. That will bisect that vertex. Then, starting at the fold, mark an angle that is 90 degrees or less towards the bisected vertex. So I've got my kind of nice line right here, right? I want to mark an angle. So this would be a 90-degree angle, or I could go less. I could even go down here if I wanted to. So I'm going to cut like this. There we go. And unfold it. Measure and record the side lengths. Well, this side length is, oops, I'm sticking with inches right now. This side length is 5.2 inches. This side length is 3.5 5 inches. Perfect. I've got 2. What is the sum of the interior angles of your shape? You guys know how to do that. Classify your shape. Oh, gee, I wonder what shape this could be. Explain. And then the next one says find the lengths of the diagonals of your figure. Show your work round to the nearest tenth. I do not mean use the ruler. I mean you actually know your lengths and you should be able to figure out the length of the diagonals, all right? You guys can do that. And then use the theorem. Which theorem justifies your calculations, or theorems, as the case may be. So that is all you're doing. Look at that, 6-minute video. That's all you're doing for this project. It should be very straightforward. I put the rubric on there and everything. Email me if you have questions, all right? Email me. So there are my 3 sort of shapes, so you can see them. Part A, Part B, Part C. Again, you'll get something that looks sort of like this, right? Yours should be unique to you. Email me with questions.